I'm not a currency strategist. It seems a pretty odd bet to make against the Australian dollar rising against the US dollar. What do you make of it?
Well, Cetic Pacific bought some iron ore assets in Australia and had delayed payment. They were afraid that the Australian dollar will rise further and it will cost them more US dollar to buy those Australian dollars to pay for the investment. So they tried to hedge against it. Unfortunately, the size of the hedge was 6 times as big as the investment, which is totally unreasonable. They pretty much speculated on the currency market, the bet went wrong, and they lost half of their value.
And Dariusz, from what we know, when did all of this happen? When was this going on? It's not so, although it's just come to light, this is something that happened several months ago, wasn't it?
Yes, judging by the details of the contracts that they announced, it seems that those bets were taken in the first half of this year. And probably initially they were actually paying off. But then when commodity prices collapsed, so did the value of the Australian dollar. And because the bets made them holders of the Australian dollar, they are suffering these heavy losses. And I have to tell you, I'm quite shocked that the company of this size took such huge bets, especially that Cetic Pacific is not a financial company or a bank. It's simply a steel company, and they definitely shouldn't be in the business of speculating in the currency market.
Absolutely. I mean, the damage is done now, Dariusz. What are the implications of it? What's going to be the fallout?
Well, for starters, the market capitalization of the company fell by half today, exactly the amount of the loss that they have incurred so far. The second consequence will be that they may lose even more money because the transactions are still opened. And if the Australian dollar declines further, which I think it will, their losses will be even greater. So this is definitely limiting their potential to smoothly carry out their business. Luckily, they got a loan from their parent company, but it really is a sign of how the volatility in the markets is killing people all over the world.
Yeah, that loan, as I understand it, is what's keeping them afloat at the moment. The company would probably have gone to the wall if they hadn't got that loan from their parent company. But I mean, how many more times do you think that this can happen? I mean, is this just the tip of an iceberg? Are there more disasters, potential disasters out there waiting to come to light?
Nobody knows for sure, but in the second quarter of this year alone, various Chinese mining and energy companies spent $3 billion on acquiring foreign assets, half of that, around 6, in Australia. So it's quite feasible that the same investment bank that marketed those leveraged foreign exchange transactions to Cetic Pacific did the same to those other Chinese companies, and who knows, maybe some of them actually fell for it. So it is possible that there is more victims out there.
Dariusz, thanks for explaining that for us. Dariusz Kowalczyk, it's always good to talk to you. Many thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Let's turn now to